everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 9th of November 2021. Starting with very first question. Which union ministry launched the Deep Dive online training program? So Ministry of Electronics and IT is organizing a week-long Deep Dive online training program, and this program is organized by National E-Governance Division under the Cyber Surakshit Bharat initiative that was launched in the year 2018 as the first public-private partnership in cyber awareness. And this online program trains Chief Information Security Officers, that is CISO, along with the IT staff of different ministries, PSUs and banks. Fine. Now apart from it, our Union Minister of Cooperation, who is Amit Shah, has recently launched Dairy Sahakar scheme at Gujarat during the celebration of 75th foundation year of Amul. And the Dairy Sahakar scheme will be implemented under NCDC under Ministry of Cooperation with a total investment of 5,000 crore rupees. And under this scheme, financial support will be extended to eligible cooperatives for various activities such as milk procurement, then its processing, quality assurance, value addition, branding, packaging, marketing, transportation and storage of products and exports. Okay. Then Ministry of Culture has recently announced 3 competitions under Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav. First is Desh Bhakti Geet writing, second is Rangoli making and third is Lori writing. And the competitions have been launched from Tehsil and Taluka level to national level. So this initiative was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Man Ki Baat, and the competition will be held for a couple of months and the rewards to the winners will be presented by Ministry. Then recently Finance Ministry has initiated reforms in public procurement and project management to execute projects and provide payments to the micro, small and medium enterprises on time. And the new guidelines permit alternative methods for selection of contractors which can improve speed and efficiency in execution of project, whereas the old system gives weightage to the lowest commercial bid. And as many as 563 central sector projects were running behind schedule as on 1st of October this year. Question number 2. Who is the chairman of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council? So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved the reconstitution of his Economic Advisory Council recently, and Bibek Debroy, President of Indian Statistical Institute, is the chairman of the council. And former RBI Deputy Governor Mr. Rakesh Mohan, along with IIM Ahmedabad Professor T.T. Ram Mohan and Director General of NCAER Poonam Gupta are the 3 new members to join the 7-member council. And the new advisory council has been appointed for a period of 2 years. Also the chairman of the council and 3 other members have been retained. Now apart from it, the appointments committee of the cabinet has reappointed Shakti Kant Das, who is the governor of RBI for 3 years, So Shakti Kant Das, who's a retired Indian IAS officer, assumed charge as the 25th governor of RBI in the year 2018, and he had also served as a member of 15th Finance Commission for a year. Do remember that B.R. Rao served RBI governor between 1949 and 1957, and that is the longest such tenure so far. Okay. Now in the previous lectures we have seen that Tedros Adhanom, who is the present Director General of World Health Organization, recently he has been elected unopposed as the Director General of WHO for the second term, and he belongs to Ethiopia. Also, he is the first non-doctor to hold this position. Now apart from it, Supreme Court has recently set up an expert panel to investigate whether the center used the Pegasus software to snoop on citizens, and the head of this committee is Justice R.V. Ravindran. So the panel will also find out the details of people targeted by the military grade Israeli spyware. And yes, Mr. Baldev Prakash has recently been appointed as MD and CEO of Jammu Kashmir Bank, and Government of India has appointed K.V. Kamath as the first chairperson of NABFID, that is National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. Okay. Question number 3. Which institution releases the periodic greenhouse gas bulletin? So the latest greenhouse gas bulletin has been released by World Meteorological Organization, and as per the report, the increasing trend of greenhouse gas emissions continued in 2021. Also, the report highlighted that all three major greenhouse gases, that is carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide, recorded an increase in concentration in 2020 compared to the previous years. And the average global warming would exceed Paris Agreement's target of global temperature if emissions continue at the current pace. Now apart from it, India has been ranked at 40th among 43 pension systems across the world in 2021 Mercer CFS Global Pension Index survey. Also few days back we have seen that UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Programme, has released 2021 production gap report, and as per this, government plans to produce more than double the amount of fossil fuels in 2030 and consistent level to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Also few days back, USA has categorized India as a country of concern on climate in the assessment of American intelligence communication in its report called as National Intelligence Estimate on Climate. So India is in this list along with 10 other countries, and which are these: Afghanistan, Haiti, Colombia, Myanmar, Pakistan, Iraq, North Korea, Honduras, Guatemala and Nicaragua. Okay. Question number 4. AY42, which was seen in the news recently, is a dash. So this is a coronavirus lineage. And what are lineages? These are actually the labels given to the branches of COVID evolutionary chart to illustrate their relatedness. And the lineages are overseen by the Pango Network, which is a team of researchers from various universities, and they act as the custodian of lineages and handle the assignment of new labels. So this AY42 lineage is traced back to April in 2021. Now apart from it, the small island nation of Tonga has recently confirmed its very first case of COVID-19, and Tonga has a population of about 1,05,700 people. So 597 days after the World Health Organization first identified the novel coronavirus as a pandemic, the country has reported its first case from a traveler who arrived in the country on a flight from Christchurch, New Zealand. And the Pacific nations of Tuvalu and Nauru are the only countries in the world to have not reported any COVID-19 cases. Fine. Now in the previous lecture we have seen that according to Health Ministry of India, Har Ghar Dastak or Knock Every Door campaign is scheduled to start soon in district with low vaccination rates, and it aims to motivate people so as to get vaccinated. Okay. Also recently India has applied a $2 billion loan from AIIB and ADB to purchase COVID-19 vaccines, and about 667 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines are expected to be procured through the loan. Question number 5. Joint Statistical Publication 2021 and JSP Snapshot 2021 are the publications of which regional association? So the meeting of heads of national statistical offices of BRICS countries was held in virtual format, chaired by obviously India, and the Chief Statistician of India and Secretary under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation chaired the meeting. So during the meeting, JSP 2021 for BRICS countries were released, and the theme of meeting was NSO's efforts in monitoring Sustainable Development Goals. Okay. Now apart from it, during the recently concluded G20 summit, the leaders adopted the Rome Declaration and emphasized on COVID-19 immunization across the globe. And world leaders had discussed on issues of global importance such as fighting the pandemic, improving health infrastructure, boosting economic cooperation, and working in innovation sector. Also, the countries agreed that the COVID-19 immunization is a global public good. Now apart from it, UNDP, that is United Nations Development Programme, has recently launched its video campaign titled as Do Not Choose Extinction, and it announced Frankie the Dino, which is a dinosaur, as their mascot to urge everyone to highlight global actions against climate change. And along with the campaign video, the agency also launched a website named as Don't Choose Extinction to support the initiative and created a Twitter account for Frankie. Okay. Question number 6. Indian Railways has introduced a special train named as Gati Shakti Superfast Special Train between which cities? So Indian Railways has introduced this special train between Delhi and Patna. Patna Anand Vihar Terminal Gati Shakti Superfast Special Train has been launched for the convenience of the passengers during this festive season. And the Superfast Special Train runs with 20 new 3 AC economy class coaches. Now apart from it, talking about Delhi, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has recently launched Desh Ke Mentor program to provide career guidance to the students of class 9 to 12, and hence the students will be mentored by subject experts for providing various career options. And the brand ambassador chosen for this initiative is actor Sonu Sood. Also, Delhi government has identified 150 pollution hotspots in the city for strict monitoring and control measures. Also, it has launched an advanced Green War Room and Green application that will look into the problems pertaining to kind of population throughout winter. Also, a 21-member panel has been formed to manage the Green War Room, which will work 24/7 to monitor the pollution situation there. Okay. Also, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has notified the constitution of National Road Safety Board, which will be responsible for promoting road safety, innovation and adoption of new technologies and regulation of traffic and motor vehicles. Headquarters of this board would be in New Delhi. Question number 7. Which state cabinet approved to create a separate department for economically weaker sections, JANs and Sikhs in the state? So the Andhra Pradesh State Cabinet, under the chairmanship of Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, approved passing a resolution in the Assembly urging the centre to undertake caste census of backward classes while conducting the General Census 2021. So Cabinet have given its approval for setting up a separate department for economically weaker sections to effectively implement the schemes, and also it decided to set up separate corporations for the welfare of Jains and Sikhs in the state. Now apart from it, Swechha program is to launch in Andhra Pradesh, which aims to promote the health and hygiene of women and adolescent girls. So under it, the state government will provide sanitary napkins at government educational institutions free of cost. Also, CLAP, which stands for Clean Andhra Pradesh, is an initiative of obviously Andhra Pradesh government launched by Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy on Gandhi Jayanti, and it aims to make the state clean with public participation, and under this more than 4,000 garbage collecting vehicles will be deployed across 13 districts in the state. Also, state government will distribute 3 color coded dustbins, that is red, green and blue, to all the local households, and people ought to use them for waste disposal after segregating the waste. Question number 8. Which city has won Urban Affairs Ministry's award for the city with the best public transport system? So Union Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry presented the 14th edition of Urban Mobility India, that is UMI Conference 2021, and Surat won the award for the city with the best public transport system, and Kochi was judged the city with most sustainable transport system. So do not get confused between two. And the awards were presented by Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry, the minister of which is Hardeep Singh Puri, and also Nagpur's multi-modal integration with Metro Rail and Delhi's Metro also won the awards. Now apart from it, Kushagra Rawat, who belonged to Delhi, and Sri Hari Nataraj, belonging to Karnataka, are the Indian aquatic champions who have recently created a new national record in 400 meters freestyle and 100 backstroke events respectively at the 74th National Aquatic Championships that was held recently. Now apart from it, Rajnikant has been conferred with 51st Dada Saheb Phalke Award recently for his outstanding contribution to Indian cinema. Question number 9. Which sector of people made up the largest share of total suicides as per NCRB data on suicides? So as per the NCRB, that is National Crime Records Bureau, a total of 37,666 daily wage workers died by suicide in 2020, who made up the largest share of total suicides, and they are followed by housewives and persons in farming sector. So as per the report, the country reported more than 1.53 lakh suicides last year, that is highest in the last 10 years, and also it cited that an average of 31 children died by suicide every day in India in the year 2020. Also, as many as 11,396 children died by suicide in 2020, at an 18% rise from 2019. So this is a matter of concern. Now apart from it, the Finance Ministry has approved 8.5% return on EPF, that is Employees Provident Fund deposits for 2020 to 21, and this move will impact over 6.4 crore subscribers, and the rate was the same for the year 2019 to 2020 as well. So the Labour Ministry will now notify the interest rate before the EPFO starts crediting the interest into individual accounts. Now you have to tell me, Puneet Rajkumar, who passed away recently, was a famous actor in which language? Please write your answers in the comment section. And now coming to last question, India and which country agreed to explore green hydrogen, set up renewable energy corridors and projects in natural gas sector? So India and Italy have agreed to explore development of green hydrogen in the natural gas sector, and a joint statement was issued after Prime Minister Narendra Modi held the first in-person meeting with his Italian counterpart Mario Draghi on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Rome, and the action plan for enhanced partnership between India and Italy was signed in 2020 up to 2024. Now, a few days back we have seen that Germany has recently launched world's first self-driving, that is automated driverless train in its Hamburg city, and it is a part of $70 million Digital Rail Germany modernization plan. Now apart from it, SECI, that is Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited, which is a central public sector unit under Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, has invited for bids to install a 1000 megawatt hour battery energy storage system, that is BESS, and this is in line with Government of India's vision of producing 450 gigawatt renewable energy by the year 2030 and achieve the Sustainable Development Goal. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minu Zaid Sana signing off.